If you haven't had an opportunity to watch the second episode of Gotham entitled Selina Kyle, stop listening now. Major spoilers, here we go. Let me just go ahead and say this right now. Gotham has officially filled the void that has been missing since the end of Smallville. And I'm so thoroughly pleased at the result. The end result is just this beautiful palette, this excellent display of acting, and I think one of the greatest comic book television shows that has ever been created. And I cannot stress this enough. If you have not watched the pilot episode and you saw Fish Mooney's performance played by Jada Pinkett Smith, and then you watch tonight's performance of Fish Mooney played by Jada Pinkett Smith, you are missing something so special. The chemistry she has, the ability to bring out so much emotion. It had me in tears tonight. I mean, it was so beautiful on screen. And I cannot, thank the WB and DC Comics for taking their time on this show, man. I was so worried, with this show airing on Fox and seeing how Fox deals with any television series that doesn't have, 8 to 10 million views and doesn't have I guess you can say a number one summer hit or smash hit ratings. If it doesn't deliver that, it cancels it immediately. But I think that after tonight, you can see this show is steering in a direction that's going up. It's not worrying about slowing down. It's going to deliver excellent story, great characters, and an on-screen performance that you really can relate to. I mean, it's such a great show. Now, let me stop praising the show and let's get on with it, okay? Here's a little bit about the episode. Gordon and Bullock investigate a child trafficking ring. Penguin shows up in the countryside and begins making his way back to the city. Now, the pilot episode, which I didn't get a chance to review yet, I will after this. You saw Fish Mooney pretty much just lay the smackdown on Penguin, and she broke his legs all up, and now he actually walks like a penguin. So I guess you saw the origin story of Penguin. And then Fish Mooney had Penguin banned pretty much from Gotham City. And the person responsible for pushing Penguin out the city and also saving his life is Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon is the new rookie cop here in Gotham City that wants to do right. So you see Jim Gordon, I guess you can say, fakes Penguin's death, pushes him into the Gotham City ocean, whatever that river is called, or whatever it's called, that body of water, and then Penguin, swims out, kills a guy, and then you see him on the side of a road, and then he gets picked up by these, let's just call them college frat boys. They end up making fun of him, and are kind of poking fun a little bit of him because they I guess obviously they understand that they're drunk, they're young, and he looks like he's a pushover. So anyway, they say one of the guys, the passenger, not the driver, but the passenger says, you look kind of funny when you walked. Did anyone ever say that you look like a penguin? And he says, no one ever said that. And then after that, he takes a bottle, I believe, and just kills this guy. All right. Later on in the episode, Penguin keeps the driver of the car alive, and he uses this driver for ransom purposes. And so you can start seeing, Penguin develop into this, I guess you could say, historical character that we've come to know him, played by Danny DeVito, obviously the cartoon with the animated series, et cetera, et cetera. But what I loved about it is that the mother of the driver that Penguin has kidnapped, she doesn't believe Penguin. She thinks that Penguin is a joke. And he's like, ma'am, listen, I'm serious. I'm going to kill your son. I'm going to strangle your son. And I want the money. Now, what was kind of fascinating is that he asked the mother for, I don't know, like $10,000. Okay. And the mother's on the phone. You don't hear her talking, but you can hear, you can hear Penguin talking, and he's like, well, if $10,000 is a little too much, we can work on that. So he still doesn't have the confidence, as Fish Mooney, or any of the other villains and bad guys, that are kind of running Gotham City, or up and comers in Gotham City. But he still has, the anger inside, because it seems like everyone's picking on him, kind of bullying him. And they're not allowing him the opportunity, I guess, to lead like he wants to lead. And now, he's kind of getting a taste for that for that power. Now, the thing about Catwoman, okay, this episode starts off with Bruce Wayne going through some tests. And when I say test, he's placing his hand over a candle and putting his hand into the flame. And he's keeping it there until either the pain goes away or to see how much pain he can endure, just to see, I guess, to test his body, if you will. Alfred walks in, and for this is the first time that you actually see Alfred get angry at Master Wayne. You usually see him loving and concerned, but he actually screamed at Bruce, and almost like, I guess, a father figure-ish type of person. And you can see that he really, really cares. This youngish type of Alfred. It's not an old Alfred. It's kind of like a Jason Statham, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Wesley Snipes type Alfred. They're up there. They're not 60 yet. They're not 70 yet, but they can still kick some ass if necessary. Now, Selina Kyle. Let's talk about her for a little bit. Because I'm pretty much done talking about Bruce Wayne. With these kidnappings, we understand that, for Selina Kyle, she's the cat. She is the eyes of the city of Gotham. She sees what's going on inside of Gotham City, and knows pretty much everything that's going on. She knows what happened to Martha and Thomas Wayne. She has the answer to the mystery that's inside of Gotham City right now, and that's who killed the Wayne family, who murdered Bruce Wayne's parents, and the murderer has the pearls. Well, at the end of the episode, Selina Kyle now notified Jim Gordon that she knows who killed Thomas and Martha Wayne. And it's one of those moments where, Jim Gordon and Catwoman are now, friends. They've met, they're allies now. And it's one of those cool kind of moments, man, that you obviously didn't see before, because, Catwoman's a little bit older. And I think you may have had maybe one or two interactions inside of the Dark Knight Rises, or the Dark Knight trilogy, I should say. Matter of fact, inside of Dark Knight Rises, I think you had Jim Gordon, maybe walk into Selina Kyle or something like that. But nothing to this much talking and interaction. It's really, really cool to see. Tonight's episode featured a familiar name. And the name that they ended up mentioning tonight was the Doll Maker. Now, this Doll Maker should not be confused with the Toy Man from Smallville, okay? The Doll Maker, he's similar to the Toy Man, and they actually do run into each other. Okay, the Doll Maker has the same ability to make sophisticated machines. The Toy Man can make sophisticated machines, as we saw inside of Smallville. What I love about this is that, we're looking at, we're looking at the Doll Maker inside of the first season of Gotham. And when you compare that with Smallville, I mean, it's miles ahead, okay? I'm going to stop right here, guys, since that's about 10 minutes. We'll continue on with part 2, man. Thanks again for listening, and comment, like, subscribe. Did you like the episode? What do you think about Gotham? And yeah, just share your thoughts, man. And I'll make sure that I continue reviewing this show, man. Thanks again for watching. Right here.